It's hard to live in the moment when I'm constantly checking my phone every 2 minutes for no reason. Hey guys, my name is Elle and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I just wanted to talk a little bit today about why I have just deleted my social medias and kind of how I'm approaching trying to break my phone addiction, and just some thoughts around those topics. So yeah, let's just get into the video. I'm always distracted, I'm always worried that I'm gonna miss a text or a notification, and I'm always like double, triple checking apps and not even like staying on them. Like, I'll open my phone, I'll go into Pinterest, I won't even let it load all the way before I like exit out again, and then I'll do it over and over again. And it's like, why am I wasting my time doing that? Like, it's so pointless. And I know it's partly because of my anxiety that I've kind of been using my phone as this anchor to, I don't know, try and relieve it or fix it somehow. Now it's like I can't even leave a room without it. Like, I go to the bathroom with my phone because I'm like, oh god, what if I miss an important text and someone's dying, you know? And it's like, no, that's not happening. And like, it's not happening. And if someone needed me, like, you know, it's okay. Like, I can go to the bathroom for 2 minutes. So I have deleted my social media apps many times before, and it always kind of ends up in the same way. Like, I'll just go for a while without being on it, and then I'm like, oh, I'm okay now, I'm gonna get it again. Or I think about, like, something that I want to post for some reason. I'm like, oh, I want to post this. So I, like, download the app again. But even when I didn't have, like, Instagram downloaded, I would still go onto my phone randomly and just, like, try and find random apps to scroll through. Like, it got to the point where I would just randomly be scrolling through my email because, like, I don't know, I guess my brain needed some sort of stimulation that it used to get from social media, and then it just didn't know what to do with itself. And so I have tried, like, the screen time settings and stuff, but that doesn't help me because there's always the option to, like, override the setting, so you can just go into the app anyways. And even, like, the screen time password doesn't stop you from doing that, so it's just not helpful. Like, it's not gonna stop me, okay? So the issue isn't 100% social media in itself, but that doesn't change the fact that I have been using social media when I do have it to kind of just mindlessly scroll and, yeah, and so that's not really what I want to be doing with my time. Like, it's really bad. My screen time is really bad. And so it's not like I can just get rid of my phone because obviously it's necessary to life these days. So this is what I'm doing instead. And I know plenty of people aren't attached to their phones like I am. So I'm trying to get to that point where I don't have an attachment to my phone, and it is just like a tool I can use to communicate and maybe occasionally play Pokemon Go, you know? So you have probably heard people talking about the term digital minimalism. And when I first, like, heard people talking about this, I kind of was, I don't know, skeptical because the way people were approaching it was, oh, you have to get rid of your smartphone and you can't do all these things, blah, 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 blah. And for me, I was like, okay, number one, it seems unrealistic for a person who is, like, a big YouTuber content creator like these people to not have a smartphone and not have social media because, like, isn't that their whole thing, you know? I always thought this concept was kind of silly. Like, I don't know. There are people who kind of preach that social media is just bad in general for everyone, when that's not necessarily true. Like, personally, I have an issue with, just being addicted to my phone and mindlessly scrolling, so that's why I'm deleting social media. But there are plenty of people who it's not an issue for, and that's totally fine. Like, I don't think it's, oh, to be productive you have to delete all your social media and get rid of your smartphone. Like no, that doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, as I was saying before, social media isn't even the only type of distraction on your phone. And so I realized the way my phone used to be set up was I had all my apps on my homepage, and yes, they were organized like into their little categories and such, but still I would go onto my phone, not know where things were, and like be scrolling through tons of apps that I didn't really even use that much. And so it just was like so almost overstimulating and distracting to a point where like I couldn't find anything that I needed, and it was just really not good. And yeah, and I would get so many notifications for apps like Domino's and DoorDash, which I don't need those notifications for. Like, that's just annoying background noise, essentially. So I removed all the apps that I don't really use from my home screen and put them into my app library. So I honestly didn't know you could do this on iPhone until recently. You can remove apps from your home screen and they will still be downloaded on your phone, but they just aren't on your main screen. So I did that for like the majority of my apps because I barely use any like of those random apps. I did that, so now my home screen is all nice and clean, and it's just organized from the things that I actually use on a daily basis that are actually on my home screen. And then I made a little widget for like my Google Calendar thing so I can always see that, and then it scrolls and you can see the weather and such. And I also went through and basically turned off every single notification for every app that's not like a messenger app or like calls, obviously. So that because I don't care about the random app notifications. Like, I don't care. I'll just go into the app when I need it. And the only thing like I really need is to get notified when I have a text. So I just turned off all my other notifications. So I deleted Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and also Pinterest from my phone. Because I noticed these were the apps that I was spending the most time on, like, needlessly. And like I would gravitate towards them when I was like, oh, I'm bored, I have nothing to do, or even if I just was like sitting down for a moment, like I just go on my phone and start scrolling, and that's not really what I want to be doing with my time. So those are the apps that I deleted. And even though I liked having Instagram to be able to keep up with like a lot of my old friends, I decided that if I was gonna talk to them, like I would have talked to them already. And social media is such a curated like lens, like you're only seeing someone's life from what they want you to see of it. And so yeah, even though it is nice to sometimes see what people are up to, it's not the same as even having a regular conversation anyways. So I decided it just wasn't worth having it and just like constantly worrying, oh, is this person gonna message me? Like, no, they're not. And so I figured Instagram didn't need to be something I relied on for like feeling connected to people. And if I really want to talk to someone, like I could just text them or they text me, or even like Snapchat, which I only have like my close friends on Snapchat, so it's just like my messenger app essentially. I would say like what I have, my relationship with my phone is like an attachment. Like I'm attached to this thing and it's unnecessary. And yeah, like I said before, it definitely could be from like my severe anxiety. But still, it's something that I don't want to keep relying on all the time. And so, what I'm trying to do to kind of like break the phone attachment is to be very conscious about where I'm taking my phone with me, and like when I open it, just kind of being noticing like what I'm doing, and like before I like go to the bathroom with my phone, I'll be like, do I actually need this? Like, do I need this to do something? Like, and like 100% of the time, the answer is no. I don't need my phone to do something in the bathroom. Um, so yeah, so I'm just like thinking about that, and then also times when I'm like going outside to play with the dog. I'm really just consciously like, okay, I'm gonna leave my phone inside, and okay, then I can check it whenever I come back inside. And it's very much like, I used to always get distracted in the middle of doing things because I was constantly like checking my phone and replying to messages. And so it'd take me forever to get things done or even just to do anything because I was always so distracted. Every 2 seconds I'd pick up my phone to respond to someone. And it's like, okay, I'm not enjoying the things that I'm doing anymore, and it's taking me way longer to actually do the things that I need to do. And it's totally okay to put down your phone for 30 minutes to go do the dishes or walk the dog and not respond to people for that amount of time because you're busy. It's definitely okay to be busy and doing things, and so that's kind of like what I'm trying to instill into my brain, is that like I don't have to respond in 0.2 seconds to people, because like I don't know, I guess I feel like if I don't, then they'll be like, oh, what are you doing, why didn't you respond, what you're doing isn't important enough to not respond to me. And it's so silly, like that's so silly. So yeah, I just feel like it's taken over my life, and I'm extremely done with that. And so yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, that's about all I have to say for this video. I'm sorry if I like repeated myself a ton. I didn't really have a script. I just kind of wanted to talk about this a little bit. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all the things. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.